Good evening. Welcome to my channel. My name is Emmy from Emmy Evolving. I am here. Thank you for finding me. If this is your first time joining me, if this is not your first time joining me, thank you for coming back. Please do subscribe to my channel, turn on the notifications, and that way you know every single time I go live. So right now we're going to be doing a ClairTarot reading. Oh my crap. Oh my bed. We're going to be doing a ClairTarot reading for twin flames. Okay. Twin flames. Let's see how this works out. So first, I'm going to be pulling a message from your higher self to you. This coming week, this is what, for February 22nd all the way through March 1st. This coming week is insane. Okay. Let me just tell you that right now. It's going to be freaking insane. Insane in the membrane. Insane in the brain. So I got real hot and now I'm getting cold because I can't regulate my temperature. Heaven forbid I function properly. Heaven forbid. Hi, Aquarius Moon. Hello, Catherine. Hi, Melissa. Hi, Billy. So I'm just shuffling the cards until Soul tells me to stop. All right. That was a good, solid stop shuffling. All right. Oh, shit. Enter the Jade Temple, card number 11. It's time to go home. It's time to go home into the heart space. It's time to reconnect self and soul. Return to that center. Return to Kokoro. That sweet spot where the mind, the body, the soul, and the heart come together and reunify. Enter the Jade Temple. Now let's see. Kuan Yin, in her temple of peaceful jade, causes all conflict to elevate to higher peaceful resolution. A resolution and healing of any situation that is concerning you is already underway. In fact, you are being asked to begin to feel the relief of that resolution now, so you can more readily receive the divine solution and blessing of peace from the beloved Kuan Yin when it arrives. There are moments on the path where conflict arises and struggles emerge. These conflicts may be within us or appear to be an external relationship or situation. This can be part of the experience of life on the physical plane that actually helps us to raise our vibration to find unity and yet still honor our individuality. So it seems as though the things that have kind of kept you, for those of you that are not with your twin flame, the things that have kept you apart are kind of being shook up. This shaking up is causing you to get to a point where things might be working out. There might be a reconnection. Okay, there might be a reconnection between you and your twin, and this reconnection is going to be one that's healing. Okay, a very healing one. Now let's get further clarity as to what exactly needs to happen this coming week. Okay, because it's time for the twins to heal. It really, really is time. We don't need to continue operating within the paradigm of separation. And it doesn't necessarily mean that you have to reunify physically. It doesn't necessarily equate romance, but it does very much involve healing both aspects of that divine counterpart. Okay? They are your divine counterpart. They are your divine reflection. So Michael is asking me to kind of go a little deeper into that. They are your divine reflection, not a missing part of you. You are not halved. You are not flawed. You are not missing pieces. You are a whole being. And the twin is merely a divine reflection, an external representation of an internal circumstance. So let's see. The initiation. Rite of passage. You're going somewhere sacred. You're initiating contact. That contact is a sacred space. Okay? It's not astral. Some people like, oh, I'm going to meet my twin on the astral. Astral is fourth dimension. That's where demons like to play. That's where mimics love to play. That's not where you meet your twin. If you want the purity of contact, you have to go etheric, much higher frequencies. It's in a much higher harmonic universe. So you're initiating the contact. Inner temple, devotion, tune into the portal of your heart. Heart is where you enter home. You're initiating contact so you can return home. Okay? This is very intense. You're awakening to energetic upgrades, a new way of being, integration. You're doing this together. You're integrating with each other. You're reunifying. Yay, Mamie's here. Hi, Summer. Hi, Cheryl. So you're integrating with a twin. Okay. Pillar of light. Your vibration is rising. You are the oracle. So you're rising up. Together you rise. Together you rise. Fill up your well, rest, retreat, refuel. Who is she standing facing? If she has her back to that inhospitable landscape, who is she facing holding flowers? Who is on the other side of where the wind is blowing her hair? Where the wind sends the essence of her. So let's see. Let's go ahead and pull cards from this deck. What? No. Gosh. This deck kind of scares me. My tarot deck scares me. It's been calling people out left and right tonight. Curious what it's going to say about the twins. All right, twins. Let's see what's going to happen. Please give us clarity for twin flamers for the week of February 22nd through to March 1st. Please give us clarity so the twins can finally reunify, even if only on the etheric, and heal together, rise together, and bring the collective up with them. Let's give the twins some clarity. Okay, that's a weird ass request. Michael says, please read the cards by the book. Okay. Son of Swords. Let's see. Forceful, determined. This card is a man of action, not of grace. He pushes forward towards his goal with urgency and determination. He's very well educated, making him a force to be reckoned with. Working with this stimulating and exhausting young man can prove to be a challenge. So he's coming forward. Okay. The Emperor. It's a card of protection, stability. He's the tarot's perfect counterpart to the Empress. He represents a side of you that's protective, decisive, and truly stable. He brings clarity of mind, and this in turn leads to actions or decisions. This card suggests reconnecting with a part of you that stands strong and tall and knows just what to do. Ace of Pentacles. Prosperous beginnings. Okay. So he comes back. He or she comes back, is quite forceful, like is not going to stop. And it's the protection and stability that you need. Prosperous beginnings. He hits the mark. He's aimed. Flies through the trees and hits the mark. It's the seed that takes root, grounding you for the future. You're in the beginning phases of a prosperous venture. So, Ten of Cups. I can't just read this on my own. I really have to go by the book. Is that serious? Radiating energy. The Ten of Cups overflows with positivity. Your goals are being realized, and the excitement surrounding you is magnetic to others. Experience sensations like this with an open and joyful heart. Do not doubt this power. So, let's see. Another major arcana card, the High Priestess. Mystery, psychic wisdom. She sits in stillness. From there, she's able to access realms others pass by without noticing. She uses silence and non-action to harness this power. Sometimes this card appears to remind you to listen more closely to the voice within. Asks you to acknowledge the shadows from which he comes. He comes in from the shadows behind the trees, hits the mark, fills the cup, and she's asked to acknowledge his presence. Four of Swords. Stillness. The lamb sits in stillness without fear. It's time to look inward and find the mental power to cope with the pressures. Take this time to recuperate and move inward before these swords strike. I'm assuming they're talking about this sword. That's coming from the shadows to hit the mark as the priestess sits and waits. So it sounds like your twin is coming back, guys. Final card, Daughter of Wands. Visionary, passionate. Daughter of Wands is a free spirit, a truly visionary creature. She usually waits until later to settle down or start a family, as she's busy with her career. She can be stubborn and much stronger than she looks. As with all the Wands family, the daughter makes a dangerous enemy. This card can also represent a woman going through a transformation or spiritual breakthrough. So it sounds like the feminine and the masculine are both ready to reconnect, which is a beautiful thing. It's definitely a very, very beautiful thing, so long as both are willing. Connection cannot be forced if one half of the pair is not willing It cannot be forced. Can't be coerced. Let's just put that deck there. So let me pull from that deck. Here we go. Let me pull a couple. Right, Melissa. Right. Well, damn. She said, well, damn. So it's just really, everything's lining up for twins to come together. You're feeling an X in your energy last 2 months. Are you sure it's an X? An X from this life? Or does it just feel familiar, leading you to assume it's an X? Because sometimes the twin flame can feel like an X. It's a very familiar energy. Very familiar energy. It can be annoying like an X. I'm just saying. All right. Replenish. Unconditional love. Learning to cross that bridge. The ladybug is luck, and luck is traveling towards you. It's a beautiful thing. Self-love. If you're going to swim in waters, make sure there's no lionfish. Their venom is toxic. Mental repetition. So it's basically all saying the same thing. Take care of yourself. Prepare. The twins are coming back together. They're coming back together. Whether it just be etheric, they're coming back together. And you have to be ready, because this is going to really shift. It's going to shift your journey massively. It's going to be massive. It's massive for everyone involved, but even more so for those of you who are actually watching this video, because you guys are the ones being prepared to kind of guide this reconnection. It's like when they're loading fuel onto an airplane in midair, like a jet plane. That takes quite a bit of precision, lining it up. And that's what's needing to happen. One of you is needing to kind of take the lead and line things up. And if one of you isn't going to do that, and it's most likely going to be the person watching this live, there's going to be a lot of struggle, and the struggle is optional. It's really, really optional. You just have to make sure that if you are going to choose the struggle, that you're ready for it, because it's going to be a significant amount, a very significant amount. And you can't really get upset about that, because, again, you chose it, So let me go ahead and get y'all another card, because I'm told I'm supposed to do energy work for the twins. So I don't know what kind of energy work. I'm assuming I'm going to be guided to it. Okay. Hold on, guys. I'm sorry. I have all these decks open, and I'm kind of getting all confused. Let me just put these in my box. Here's the deck I was looking for. Tootin' darn it. All right. Let me shuffle them. So, yeah, it's sounding like reconnection is imminent. That's what it's sounding like for quite a few of you. Quite a few. You're going to be reconnecting. If anything, on the aether, do it etherically. Okay, let me just one final shuffle. Okay, two cards apparently. So, card number 38, the courage of your love. Card number 38, the courage of your love. Let's see what this has in store for us. Love is without reason. Rationality is like a cane. Judgment needs a cane because it is blind. When love arrives, thought dies in its shadow. Love is a sunrise, while thought is only a flashing light. I do not bleat at you like a sheep, for to startle you from your slumber, I need to roar like a lion. You must awake, my beloved. There is no time to waste, for the wolves are circling, hungry for sacred flesh. So I shall roar mightily, and although at first you recoil in fear, soon enough you will see the wolves. You become aware and grateful to have been thus awoken. Ah, yes, you remember that you have a precious human life to protect. You fear me no more. You thank me. You jump on my back as if you were a warrior astride a wild mount. You roar then along with me, awakening the others as we cause the ground to rumble, disturbing those even in their deepest slumber. You, like me, are a fierce lion, not a lamb to be led to so many slaughters. The variety and opportunity for which is available in terrible abundance in our world. There is a Sufi story about a mother with her breast leaking milk. She loses her child, and when she finds him again, instantly lets him suckle for as long as he needs. A Sufi master nearby says to his students, "Do you think she would throw her baby into a fire?" And the students all say, "No, of course not." And the master replies, "Allah loves his children more than she, with enough tenderness to throw them into the fire." So it is with love. At first, as a young heart, you want only comfort from your beloved. You cannot bear the thought of pain within them even for a moment. Your own suffering is easier than bearing the suffering of your beloved. That young heart grows wise through experience. It becomes an elder, an ancient heart tempered by grace and rendered strong with compassion. This is the great heart that can hold the suffering of the world within it and yet still find space for peace, for sweetness, for tenderness, and for rapture. This is the heart that shines with courageous love. It's willing to feel and bear all suffering without judgment, whilst gently holding in the truth of what that suffering really is, the drying out of the mind addicted to suffering. This drying out is necessary so that love can ignite itself and transform dead wood into living fire. The drying out is a challenging and enduring process. The path of freeing the heart from the effects of a fearful mind is an initiation into great power. So many lapses will happen before the heart grows strong enough to overpower old patterns and surrender without condition. When it is ready to surrender in such a way, the heart is free and allowed to simply be. Even the mind, then, finally freed from shackles and joyfully submitting to love, declares, "Let love be in whatever way it shall be. I can bear it. I shall take refuge in it. I shall not turn away from it. I am that love." You are an ancient one with a heart older than the mountains. You're being asked to free yourself from the too small loves of the youthful heart and come to understand and accept the wisdom of your mature heart. Your mature heart is not cursed with hardness or detachment, but with compassion and tenacious devotion to the cause that is most real and matters most, the quest for life of the human soul. Your ancient heart loves the soul and will roar like the lion of love at the wolves that would casually devour it. So trust in the courage of your heart. You are not cruel. You are not hard. You are not careless. You are passion personified. You are the lion of love. So allow yourself to be the lion, not the lamb. Stand true in your own heart. Cause trouble, make noise, be proud and be mighty. and rest after all that savage divinity. Rest and restore, for day after day you shall claim your holy lands and refuse to give them up to less noble creatures. Though you survey their manipulations and attempts to claim power with compassion, you do not underestimate them or relax your vigilance. You shall not allow for even a moment that falsehood be accepted as truth in your heart. This oracle comes with particular guidance for you. You are not to give in to less than what you are worth, or to the shaming stories of others of our culture that would cast your regal lion nature into the falsehood of beliefs that you have no choice or power. You are not to give in to the idea that you are a victim and cannot free yourself from suffering, or that you are less than any other. These are lies. These are petty deceptions so unworthy of you. Do not believe them. Roar at them until the weak glue holding them together melts under the fire of your holy breath, and they lie dismembered and powerless at your feet. Then intend that those bits and pieces in decay are lovingly returned to the earth mother, through whom they can be used to fertilize new life. This oracle comes with another message for you. You have a challenge before you that you are now moving through, but you have what is necessary to succeed and overcome it. No matter how long it has endured or how big you have built that challenge up to be in your mind, no matter how unsolvable the issue appears to be, there is and shall be a victory behind it. It's imminent. This oracle has come to you to let you know you are empowered to succeed and you have what is required within to do it, and that the time for your victory is drawing near. So it's drawing near. They're coming. The next card, card number 24, resplendent with grace. Resplendent with grace. Yeah, Summer, you better get ready. Book a session for a Brazilian wax. He's coming. Billy says, huge leap of faith. We fuel each other's rise, being open and accepting the fuel, and know how to fill ourselves as well. Absolutely. Absolutely. So, card number 24. Greetings from my heart to you who are always with me. Hidden inside is the heart. You are the compass of my life. My course is your way, no matter where I go. You exist everywhere and in everything, always watching over us. My soul brightens in the darkness when I speak your name. Far beyond the body, there's an opening from my heart into yours. Through that opening, I send you secret messages like the moonlight. I polish the mirror of my heart to be your reflection. I make my ear the receiver for the tenderness of your words. You are the ear. You are the mind. You are in every burning heart. What am I saying? You are I. This is my way to describe you. Your divine grace clothes me in robes of sky blue and blood red, as a shimmering galaxy of compassion within the field of which no being is excluded. The darkness of night is illuminated, and all creatures are bathed in the fine golden hue of your presence. There is only beauty beheld now, for there's nothing that is not of your artistry, of your divine hand, generous with its grace. Is it difficult to see your magnificence? Without the mirror the size of a galaxy, how could you possibly witness all that you are? You must just catch glimpses of your truth now and then. If you could see yourself as I see you in all your glorious fullness of being, you are clothed in robes of grace, so light and freeing that they do not weigh you down, and yet so luscious and full that you cannot help but stir the movement of all of creation as you step this way and that. Of course, it matters not to grace whether you see or do not see, for grace simply is, without witnessing being required. Yet you might live rather differently, my beloved, should you realize you are not only worthy of grace, but actually dripping with it, saturated with divine presence so rich it leaks out of you and causes sunlight to pool at your holy feet. Oh, yes, you are resplendent in holiness and sanctity. You should come to know this as I do. You would take each step with awe and reverence. You would decide that not a thing in your world could be classed as mundane, and decide with bold fervor that you are living in godliness and must create your world through choices that honor love. No fear, even the most stubbornly persistent, would be able to withstand the sight of your magnificent beating heart, so wild with life. In the sight of that wild heart, you would have to call all your fears close to you, soothing them with your words of love like wild children in need of tenderness and quiet. Then, when rested, you would wake them from their slumber, and they would arise as falcons ready to soar to the height of your most daring visions. Hunting for life to feed them, they will ensure the ample grace pulsing within your heart has its chance to come to life in the world and serve love. This oracle comes to you with a message. You may be wondering if you can attain this next stage of growth in your life. You are already well equipped to do so. No matter what you might believe about the situation, circumstance, or others involved, even yourself, you have within your soul possession more than enough grace to see you through anything you are bold enough to envision for yourself, or for any vision you feel life has bestowed upon you. So pray through unconditional love to access all that you are, to be supported by those beings that you love without condition. Pray to realize that you are so drenched in sacred grace that the well of your being is full, that all is needed to nurture you onto the next step of your life path is within you now. Success is yours, but you must believe in your ability, your readiness, and your capacity to take this next phase of the journey now. How could it be otherwise for you are one with grace? That's a beautiful card. That is a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful card. They're like messages, sublime whispers from a concealed love. Very, very beautiful. Very beautiful. The twins are coming back together. It's imminent. It's imminent. And to fight it would be futile, apparently. Fighting it is futile. So they're coming back. They're coming with no holds barred, guns blazing, ready to claim the heart they call home. Enjoy it. Enjoy it. You're going to be reconnecting with each other, and that can be a very, very beautiful thing. Very beautiful. So now I'm asked to do energetic work. I gotta just clear this space. I got to. I think after this, I'm gonna make myself some hand roasted s'mores. All right. Okay. So my energy will always honor your sovereignty. Without permission from your highest self, it will not enter your space. So right now, what I'm going to do is some energy work. If you're ready, just go ahead and begin to breathe very deep and very slow. I'm going to be clearing space within the sanctity of your heart. This space will create a pathway for your twin to return home. For those of you sensitive to energy, you might begin to feel the sensation of a presence standing behind you. That presence is your twin. Both your higher selves are asking me to recalibrate your fields, to begin calling each other back home. I'm going to do that now. Those of you sensitive to energy, you might begin to feel the pressure building in your chest, rising up to your throat. This pressure is filled with emotions. Allow these emotions to release. And as you release, feel that space being refilled. It's being refilled instead of longing and sadness and loneliness and confusion. That space is being filled with love, with celebration of the homecoming, with recognition of the mirror before you. Some of you who are sensitive to energy may begin to hear and feel ringing in your ears. This is the sound of the twins talking. The ringing in your ears might begin to be felt as vibrations within the heart. Those who are sensitive to energy might now begin to feel very, very sleepy. You might feel very, very light, as though you're not even in your body. That's because your twin is inviting you to join them on the aether. As the recalibration wraps up, the higher selves of both twins have asked me to provide shielding that will help them remain untouched by mimics and by things with intentions that are less than honorable. You might feel this as wind, very gentle, almost imperceptible, swirling around you like a graceful dance, round and around. Not only does this shield, not only does this protect you, it also helps to disperse your energies. It helps the twins to reunify, commingling the energies together, facilitating full merger of two souls. As your feelings rise and ripen, place your right hand over your heart, left hand on top. Deep breath in, slow, full exhale. And as you take your next inhale, very gently say, "Welcome home." One final inhale. Exhale slowly. How do you guys feel? Just take a moment to finish your experience. Yay. You guys feel amazing. That's so awesome. Just inhale very deep and very slow. Aw, Summer. Thank you, Catherine. So we've released all the things that are blocking us from the connections that we obviously are needing and ready to make. And now there's really nothing standing in the way of connecting. Nothing at all. Aw, you're welcome, Billy. You're welcome, Summer. So this was definitely a very, very wonderful way to end the day. I hope it helps you guys with a clarity. You know, the whole twin topic can really be something that causes tremendous confusion, just tremendous upheavals of emotions, very viscerally felt emotions. And hopefully, today's reading helps you guys navigate that. That path can be a challenging one. And I really, really hope that today, this session helps you to navigate that more easily with much more compassion for self. So, thank you so much for joining. Please do subscribe to my channel, turn on the notification button so that way you know every time I come live. You guys are so welcome. So welcome. All right. Good night, everyone. Bye bye.